At the beginning of every day, when you leave your house, your number one job is to get home safely. But if you're not prepared for what could happen out there, then you are not prepared.
From the DJR Empowerment Group headquarters, this is the Readiness Report. Your fast, no-nonsense brief on the threats, trends, and tactics that keep you and your family safe. Here's your host, Kenny DuBose Jr.
Hello and welcome to the Readiness Report. This show, along with our Everyday Defender segment, exists for people who decided they won't outsource their safety, their judgment, or their preparedness. They refuse to depend on another person or organization for that survival. Today, we're defining what it really means to be an everyday defender, because everything we talk about this season builds on that choice. Let's talk about what an everyday defender is not, first of all. It's not someone with a badge. Now, it's nothing wrong if you have a badge, but you don't need a badge to be the first line of defense. That person that knows and acknowledges that you are your best everyday defender, the person that's going to act in the moment, right? And it's definitely not someone with a cape, that vigilante that just wants to protect everyone. It's not that person, right? It's the person that is looking to be there when it happens, show up right in the moment, not have to call 911. Now, calling 911 is a definite thing you have to do, but just realize, just calling 911 won't save you depending on the situation. Right? If someone's hurt, okay, fine. Call 911, do your best to provide life-saving activities. But if someone's trying to hurt you right now, right in this moment, if you're not decided to be the defender you need to be, that could be bad. And it's definitely not someone that's looking for a fight. Definitely. I remember when I was interviewing, when I used to bounce at nightclubs, people first thing they want to say is, well, give me a job. I know how to fight. Well, that's the person that I'm already not wanting to hire, because having a job like that, conflict avoidance is the best thing, right? And it's the same and true in life. The best thing you could try to do is avoid conflict, not be looking for a fight. An everyday defender is someone who has made the decision to be the first line of defense, that first responder. You are your own first responder. The police are going to take a while to get there. The fire department's going to take a while to get there. EMTs are going to take a while to get there. So you need to be prepared with defend yourself, first aid, whatever it is. You need to be able to depend on only you, right? Responsibility is chosen. It's not assigned, right? So you need to choose what type of defender you want to be. If you're going to be the defender, if you're deferring it to someone else and that someone else isn't there, that could be a bad day. That could be the worst day of your life, right? Everyday defenders don't live in fear though, right? They live in a constant state of condition yellow. And condition yellow, we're not going to go deep into Cooper's color codes of awareness, but just realize condition yellow is that person that is paying attention to their surroundings, not with their earphones in and on their phone, texting while they're walking through the street, or FaceTiming while they're walking through a parking lot, and all these things, right? Because that can put you in danger, because other people could be watching. So you need to be in a constant state of condition yellow, not living in fear, but being prepared. And I know some of you are sitting there right now saying, well, that don't ever happen to me. I don't even go in areas where bad things can happen or things. Well, that mindset, that calm denial is going to be the biggest threat to your readiness. Because if you're not thinking it could happen to you, when it does, or if it does, God forbid it does, trust me, I do not want anything to happen to you. But if it does, and you're not mentally prepared to defend yourself or run or do whatever you need to do to get home safely, because at the beginning of every day, when you leave your house, your number one job is to get home safely. But if you're not prepared for what could happen out there, then you are not prepared. You have to be. You have to be that guy or that girl that trains, right? That imagines, okay, if something should happen, what am I going to do? What can I do? If you haven't thought about things that could happen, again, not living in fear, but when you look at somebody and they look suspicious, if you haven't thought about, okay, if something was to happen, what would I do? Then you're not living life, right? You're not doing what you need to do to be that protector, right? You need to build the skills in whatever form of defense aligns with your values and environment. I'm not saying that everyone has to defend themselves like I defend myself. You might be that person that don't like lethal anything, right? You might want to have pepper spray or air horn or whatever the case. You could have a whole defense a part of your life that doesn't involve lethal, right? It could be boxing, could be martial arts, could be anything. Just make sure that you build on those skills, right? Learn how to defend yourself with those skills. And if your skill is running, then be the fastest runner you can be, right? I'm all for running. If you can avoid the fight, avoid the fight. That's the only way, guaranteed way to win a fight is to avoid it to begin with, right? But if you're that person that likes, okay, I want to be able to defend myself with a firearm or with a knife or with any other maybe lethal type of weaponry or anything, right? You need to do the same. You need to be building those skills, right? You need to be learning how to safely use those things, right? But let's be clear. Let's be 100% clear. The tools, no matter what the tool is, it only amplifies your skill. It doesn't replace them. Right? And protection starts with your discipline. How disciplined are you to rehearsing, practicing, getting good, being proficient? So when you have to think about it, well, when you have to do it, you don't have to think about it. It's kind of like driving, right? Most of you drive. Most of the people that are listening to me either on the radio or they just came from driving somewhere, right? But how many times did you step on the brake? You have no clue. How many times did you put your left or your right turn signal on? You don't know because you've done it enough times. You've practiced. You've built that muscle memory that you do it, and you're not worried about how it's done because your brain already knows how to do it. So let's be clear, your tools will not amplify your skills, right? Your tools will only amplify your skills. It won't replace them. So what do we need to do today? What's the takeaway? What is your homework for today? All right. First of all, if you have not already done so, you need to decide who you are. Decide what type of protector you want to be. What type of person you want to be when that moment strikes, when you have to defend yourself or defend your loved ones or defend anybody, right? You may not know the person, but they need your help. Are you that person that's going to walk away and mind their business? Are you that person that's going to, at the very least, pick up your phone and dial 911? Don't be that person that wants to go, well, I just want to mind my business. I'm not going to pay attention. I don't see that person getting assaulted or possibly getting ready to be assaulted over there. Don't do that. How would you feel if that's your loved one about to be attacked or being beat? And everyone around, they were so interested in either A, minding their business, or B, wanting to record it and be the first one on social media to have filmed it. I want to be the person that at the very least I call 911 and get help on the way, because it's not my job to protect anyone but myself and my loved ones, right? But at least call 911, right? Then once you've decided what type of person you want to be, what type of defender you want to be, seek training that supports that identity that says, I want to be this type of protector for myself, for my loved ones, and if I decide to, someone else. You have to seek the training. You do not know what you do not know. Someone like myself or someone like your local dojo, martial arts, MMA, whatever it is, make sure you seek the training that supports that identity. And also, hey, how about this? Stay engaged in this conversation. Ask questions. Get down in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. I answer every question, or my team will answer the question. Let's get down in the comments and let's discuss what you think or what steps you might need to take to become that everyday defender that you want to be. Because this platform is built to develop thinking defenders. So throughout this season, we'll be breaking down different aspects of what it takes to be an everyday defender. We'll be dispelling myths about being an everyday defender, and hopefully, we'll be strengthening the resolve of those who have already begun their journey to being the best everyday defender they can be for their family. So remember, preparedness is a decision, The proof that you're prepared will always show up later. So we'll see you in the next episode, but until then, stay safe, stay prepared, and stay empowered. We'll see you next time.